and then we
to
can
learn from indigenous cultures
going on
that have
CS.
been using
Oh, he wants
psychedelics
to play
responsibly for thousands and
a little bit of
thousands
this
of years.
action.
What is
huh?
responsible psychedelic use to
All
you? What
right.
do you start with? Well, you do
All
it
right.
with
Intentions, meditation, things like that.
Yeah, it's intentions, meditations. It's not recreational. You're not taking it to have a party. You're taking it to make contact with the dead. Ayahuasca means the vine of the dead or the vine of souls. Iboga is the plant that enables people to see the dead. That's what these things mean. There's so much of a connection to the afterlife with them, and that's a serious inquiry. You know, if you've lost a relative recently, and you've not had closure, it can be very beneficial to have an afterlife contact with that person. And many people report this experience. I've had the experience myself with Iboga.
Really?
Yeah, I met my dad. He passed away shortly before that. Now, again, the scientists could say, you were just fantasizing that. It was just your imagination. But I met him.
Fuck the scientists. So what happened?
He came to me in the vision. It was shadowy, but he basically made me feel okay about the key issue, which was I was not with him at his deathbed. And I was haunted by that. And after that,
man, I am just hanging pawns left and right, aren't I?
And increasingly with my experiences with psychedelics over many decades now, I have no fear of death. I don't fear death. I do fear pain. I do fear humiliation. Old age, I'm 72, 73 next birthday. You know, I have to be realistic about this. I only have so long in this incarnation. As we get older, our bodies get infirm, get weaker, we become more and more dependent. I don't like being dependent on others in any way. And I detest pain. And I would like to, who doesn't? And I'd like to avoid it as much as possible. But death, I don't fear, and I'm not even anxious about it. When it comes, I regard it as the next great adventure, and I hope that's what it's going to turn out to be. But who knows? Nobody can say the definitive word on death. Yes, our bodies die, but does our consciousness die? We don't know that. Any scientist who says you're just a meat robot, there's nothing else to you but your physical body, they're stating an opinion, not a fact. So for me, it's the beginning of a next great adventure, and I think psychedelics they've helped me with this, and I know from the recent science that's been done that they are helping people who are terminal, who are anxious about death. Again, psilocybin is the one that's most generally trialed in
problematic.
This respect. They tend to lose the fear of death.
You can just take that, of course.
Losing the fear of death is, I think there's a difference between a fear of death and a fear of maybe missing out on what's going on. For example, like let's say you were to do some sort of like rock climbing thing with no ropes. You would probably be afraid of dying.
I'd be afraid of falling, and I wouldn't look. I regard life as a precious gift. I am fortunate enough, and so are you, and so are all of us in this room, to have been born in a human body, and to have this big brain, and to be able to make choices between good and evil, and to live the experience of life. This is a theater of experience. We will come into it as children. We will go through it all our years. We will be confronted by all sorts of opportunities to learn and to grow and to develop. And I regard that as a gift. So I'm not into taking foolish and unnecessary physical risks. I have taken them when they're necessary. Santha and I both nearly lost our lives more than once during our diving expeditions. We've been into war zones on our research. We've had bullets fired at us. If the risk is worth taking for a project that I'm pursuing that is close to my heart, I will do it. But I won't foolishly or unnecessarily take a risk. Seems like a waste to do that. Risk in itself has no virtue. It's necessary risk that has some virtue. But I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. Yeah, because I think it's important to have a fear of death.
Yeah.
And I think as we have more things that we don't want to leave, loved ones, family,